Hi, I'm Miriam Joy and welcome to my studio. We're doing another tips and technique little class for you today, and today we're going to do the poinsettia tile. And we're trying to give you little craft ideas to come or to do for the holidays using the wax technique and on different items as well. This is actually a tile that I used, and it was white, and I actually used acrylic paint, watered it down, and did a wash over the tile so that the poinsettia shows up a little bit better and it's not such a stark background as that. If it's too porous and it absorbs right in, you do a light coat of varnish first and then do your wax on top of it. And then I just set it in a little holder, and you can usually find those real inexpensive. A lot of times they have them real cheap at the dollar store. You could do one as a gift, or you could do 2 or 3, or to decorate your home for the holidays. You could do the holly on there that we've done a lot of. You could also do the snowflake or different items like that. Do your background in a light blue or a silver and do your snowflake, and that would be really pretty as well. But today we're going to do a poinsettia. And one thing I did is the tiles are a little bit cold, and we know wax doesn't like cold items. So if you're ever working on a gourd and you go get it from outside, warm it up first. But I took my tile and I warmed it up with my embossing tool or my heat gun just to kind of get it so it wasn't quite so cold. And I'm going to come in here with my number 3 tool, which is my biggest tool out of the Miriam Joy tool line, and we're just going to start doing random dots. And I'm not going to go into the process on the wax. If you don't know the process, please visit my website at miriamjoy.com. There's a great DVD on there that walks you through. Now you see how I'm kind of missing and letting them cool down before I go back into that area again. If you don't, the wax just blends in right together and you get a big glump, but by this we're getting individual dots. So that's the reason that I do the random dots and let it dry down or cool in between. So we're doing our middle of our poinsettia. And I'm going to come back in with some brown. And that color was Dandelion. That's my yellow of choice, and it's in the 24 box. I use that color a lot. And I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to go down a tool size as well. And I'm going to put some random brown just here and there in those little holes, just to kind of give it some depth and texture in our poinsettia. You can do as much or as little, and if you don't like that much brown, bring your yellow back over the top of it and just kind of do a little bit more on that as well. So however you want to do that. And poinsettias also have green, a little bit of green in them, so don't be afraid to use a little bit of that. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to be using my number 2 tool, the small end. And if you think that's fun, try and say that a bunch during class. And I'm just going to pull a stroke. Now remember, if your tail starts to skip, you're pulling it too fast. Now, there is no right or wrong to these. Now on this one, it's just skipping because of the texture. So don't think you're doing anything wrong if that does happen. But I could slow down, and I did slow down a little bit. But there's bigger leaves, there's smaller leaves, there's leaves at a different angle. So don't feel that you have to do it exactly right. Oh, we got a dot, so that's a good thing, because we can show you how to fix it. And you see how I'm doing one on each side and then one down the middle. I'm going to go back to this thing, and you saw how I let it dry first. This is going to be a little bit different than working with your gourd. We're going to come in here, we're going to scrape it off. And I've cut it, so let's see if we can save this stroke. And I don't have to go back and put it on. See, isn't that neat? You can fix it. That's what's so great about this. We get do-overs. But I think a snowflake would be really pretty with this tile and well. And this is just from your home, like Home Depot or Lowe's or anywhere in the tile department. And a lot of times I will find things like this in your thrift stores like Habitat for Humanity. They'll have a bunch of different items like this that they only have a few of, and so they don't want a lot for them, so you can pick them up for next to nothing. So that's also a really good idea. And don't get stuck with Christmas ideas. Put flowers on them. You can use this exact same pattern and turn it into a sunflower just by changing your colors. And I would probably do the yellow, but you could do orange. And also on this, you could be doing a stroke of orange every once in a while too, because we know there's different colors in a poinsettia. But there's all kinds of ideas, so don't, like I said, don't get stuck in just my ideas. If you needed to do a birthday present or a different holiday, at Christmas time, put your pumpkins in here. Excuse me, Christmas time. Boy, you can tell where we're at. Halloween time, put your pumpkins in here. Or fall, put leaves in here. Make leaves. You could use your texture brush as well. We talked about that with stencils. Just stencil it right on and then hit it with your heat gun. That would be really pretty on these as well. So that'll have to be another video when we're in that season. And these are just to help you have different ideas. So we've got that on, and I'm actually working on this to a larger scale to do a poinsettia clock. Now I'm going to come in on my other one. I used green, but I want to use a yellow green. I want a lighter green, and I happened to misplace one of my tools, and they're usually always running around right where you're not looking. Yep, I moved it over with my pot to the other area, so I'm going to grab it. That's one great thing about working live, and you get to see the real thing. We don't fix it for you. That way you know we're human, just like everybody else. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to do these leaves a little bit different. You can do them like we did the poinsettia leaves, but I want to curve these more. And so they're different than the poinsettia leaves. And we're just going to kind of do that. And let's see if we want to run one down the middle. So see, you've got the two different leaves. You also can do the other leaf with the green and do lighter green right down the middle. And I almost forgot what I was doing there for a minute. So you're just coming up behind this and bringing it towards the middle. That's all we're doing. We're just bringing that towards the middle. And because we have enough room, I am bringing a stroke right down the middle. And I'm going to do one more. So I have an odd number. Remember, nature is always odd. It's never even. So that explains a lot about some of us artists. As humans, I have a hard time. I always want to make everything even. So there, just come in, and whatever set of leaves you like better. And I think this needs a little bit of a pop, so I'm going to come in with my number 2 tool, and we are going to do some yellow dots random and just kind of add a little sparkle to it. You could also come in with your texture brush with the white and give it that holiday sparkle, which we talked about as well. So there's a whole bunch of fun things you can do. After I'm done with this, I'm going to varnish it. And I probably will use a couple of coats of my Krylon triple thick glaze, and that'll make it very enduring for years to come. So we want it quite thick on top of it so we can pack it away for year after year. But isn't that fun? Just a fun little gift. It's heavy, so don't throw it at somebody. And if you have any questions about what we did on this project, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com, or any of the products that we use today can be purchased off our website at miriamjoy.com. We're putting a bunch of these videos up on YouTube and also on Facebook, so make sure you visit those pages. And Facebook, there's always a new gourd or new project up every day. So that is Miriam Joy Gourd Creations. Boy, I can't even pronounce my own stuff. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season, and God bless. Thank you.